तन मन धन से हो सुख पाता। पाओ सखी रे दर्शन माँ का, पाओ सखी रे दर्शन माँ का। आज है पूजन माँ का, आज है पूजन माँ का। शरणं मम
अन्यथा शरणं नास्ति त्वमेव शरणं मम
हृदयं समर्पयामि प्राणं समर्पयामि तव पादपद्मे मातः सर्वं समर्पयामि
अन्यथा शरणं नास्ति त्वमेव शरणं मम
अन्यथा शरणं नास्ति त्वमेव शरणं मम त्वमेव साक्षात् हरिप्रिया त्वमेव वागेश्वरी
त्वमेव साक्षात् हरिप्रिया त्वमेव वागेश्वरी
महादुर्गा महाकाली महामाया महेश्वरी भाग्यं समर्पयामि कर्मं समर्पयामि तव पादपद्मे मातः सर्वं समर्पयामि अन्यथा शरणं नास्ति त्वमेव शरणं मम
अन्यथा शरणं नास्ति त्वमेव शरणं मम
स्वयं साध्या स्वयं सिद्धि स्वयं सिद्धा स्वयं प्रभा
स्वयं साध्या स्वयं सिद्धि स्वयं सिद्धा स्वयं प्रभा
सुगुणरत्ना सुकृतकृत्या सुमति गंगा समोज्ज्वला मौनं समर्पयामि गानं समर्पयामि तव पादपद्मे मातः सर्वं समर्पयामि अन्यथा शरणं नास्ति त्वमेव शरणं मम अन्यथा शरणं नास्ति त्वमेव शरणं मम अनिर्वचनीय
Jai Shree Mataji. We welcome you to day 2 of Navaratris, where we worship Shree Adi Shakti, Shree Mataji Nirmala Devi, in the form of Shree Brahmacharini, the one who establishes the state of celibacy. We will begin with meditation. Let us all bow down at Shree Mataji's lotus feet and raise our kundalini and give collective bandhan. We will recite the Mahamantras. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Mahalakshmi Mahasaraswati Mahakali Trigunatmika Kundalini Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Kalki Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Kalki Sakshat Shri Sahasrar Swamini Moksha Pradayini Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. With right hand on the Mother Earth, Shri Ganesha Mantra. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Ganesha Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. We can put both our hands on our lap and stay in silent meditation. And we will listen to Shree Mataji's talk of Navaratri Puja.
So today is the second day of Navaratri. I told you yesterday that first the auspiciousness and the holiness was created through the creation of Sri Ganesha. so that this world should be filled with auspiciousness and holiness. We can see in the history that people in the olden times cared for auspiciousness and were afraid of God. They had fear for God. And they didn't challenge God at all. But gradually, the evil took over. And so this auspiciousness and holiness started getting not exhausted, but sleeping off. So Ganesha started sleeping. And as Ganesha sleeps, the people are not afraid of God. They think they can do what they like. What can God do? After all, we don't see. They also have no gratitude for what God has done for them. They have no gratitude about the blessings of this universe, that it was created, all the beauty that God gave. Because they are ignorant, and in ignorance they forget everything. Now the problem started more when Ganesha started sleeping. With his power, people were afraid of God. They were righteous. They wanted to be good people. They didn't want to commit sins. They didn't want to do wrong things. They wanted to keep their attention clean and put attention to good things. Such people existed. Because you can see the temples, the big churches, the big mosques that were built in the name of God. And they didn't have so much money, nothing. But just out of devotion they did it. So they had devotion for God. The another side was that people, like we can say the people who were searching God, were trying to find out the ways and methods how they could reach God. And there was such a big search. They didn't want material things. They didn't care for, it is, for them it was too low. Think about it. But gradually, so it happened that these simple needs of life became very complicated. Then first they had started to fight with each other. And then when they fight with each other, it was out of selfishness, it was all kind of uncollective temperament that they developed. Maybe food, maybe some material thing. All these things started crawling up into their ignorance. As a result, they became very blind, and gradually they became subhuman, barbaric. So the second phase started where just after the vegetation and everything was created, the fire of the Mother Earth started coming up as an anger for these animals that they grew up. Also were very, very dangerous time and were troublesome, who were in the evolutionary process were very, very big sized things, but not intelligent, extremely cruel and big sized animals. All these evolutionary process started. But before that, only the Mother Earth's fire started burning the stone inside. Because as I told you, first it was taken nearer the sun, this Mother Earth, and then towards the moon. So that the upper crust, though it had become cooled down and it had formed ice and then it melted away into water, still the inside the ocean, the Mother Earth was very hot. And that heat started coming out. And when this heat started coming out, it burnt many trees and many stones. It burned. With that burning, carbon was formed. Now, this carbon started absorbing all the gases that were outside and purifying the atmosphere quite a lot. Plus, this carbon is the basis of our organic chemistry. So first the inorganic chemistry was there, in the sense chemicals were produced, and then with the carbon started the organic chemistry, and that's the beginning of life, we should say, because then nitrogen it started absorbing, and they formed amino acids. These amino acids are the basis of life. So that is how the life started. But the first life grew in the water. And you know the whole evolutionary process, how it took place. The second center, Swadhisthana, which had created all the universes and all that, all around, in the Mother Earth there was water, and on that surface of Mother Earth, life started growing. Then the evolutionary process took place in this Bhavasa. Till we come to the human stage, as I told you, there were animals first who came up in the evolutionary process. They grew up, and they grew very big, then they had to become small, then they became very cunning. All kinds of things happen in the evolutionary process, left and right and left. Ultimately, a human being was created. He too was in the image, not of God at that time, but in the image of an animal. Because the animal has he has come from the animal stage. But God created man into the image of himself. In the sense, out of these barbaric models, we call them half man, half is the, like you can say the monkeys becoming man. Then he created something, we can call it as Adam and Eve, people, two models. So this was all done at that time. As you know that Adam and Eve are symbolic, two personalities who wanted to know what is good and what is bad. And because of this urge to find out that we can know. Also in the search of God, many people think there's no need to have any advice from any realized soul. We can do it ourselves. What is the need to have Mother tell us anything? We can do it ourselves. So they wanted to do it themselves on their own. So God said, all right, you go ahead. And that's how the circle started, with the search of the truth. And as you know, we are here today enlightened. So then the enlightenment has come ultimately. But one had to go through the desert, the darkness of ignorance, and then come to this stage. Then the state came in that we needed somebody to lead us. As somebody is needed in the process of, you can call it the evolution. One fish came out and crawled through and became a reptile. In the same way, you needed every time some leader to come out to raise you higher and higher and higher. So the first incarnation, I would say, was that of the goddess. She was the first to lead people towards God. Because if you see in the world, we have the chakra of Swadhisthana. And we have also the great gurus, prophets who came, who tried to save human beings. But this was later. Before came the goddess to save people from all these ways of destruction. Somewhere had become very evil people who were called as Rakshasas, devils, and somewhere had become good people. Out of them then the goddess created these great saints. They worshipped the mother and they became great saints. They became incarnations of saintliness. So the first incarnation that ever came was that of the goddess. And this is on the second yuga that we can call Shri. She came before Sri Krishna, she came before Sri Ram. And she saved people from getting drowned into Bhavasagar. This then created great saints and sages and gurus who tried to save people. We have gurus who were very great, I should say saints and very evolved. But also we had some who were right-sided, who knew all kinds of Vedas, they knew all kinds of sciences, they knew all kinds of, you can call them the divine weapons and things like that. And we also had left-sided gurus who believed in the devotion to God. Like you can say, Moses was there, Abraham, Moses, all these people came who were left-sided. Muhammad was there, one of the last ones you can say, and then Nanak. So came the devotion to God, devotion to the all-pervading power, started like. So this, at this stage, that people tried to murder these great saints, like Socrates, like, we know everybody had to suffer so much. Because nobody in the collective liked saints or goodness or righteousness. That's how we had fallen down so much at the time, as you know, in the time of Moses, what happened. And all these things like Shariat and all that has come from Moses, but the Muslims are following it. And at that time it was such a bad, decadent society that they had to use these methods of very strong punishment or banishment, you can call it, so that people were afraid not to do anything that is sinful or that is wrong. But now they are taken up by the Muslims. The Muslims are using that culture. They have no right. They are no saints. They are not gurus, nothing. And they cannot use this. But they started using it. But if you see our societies, some of our Western societies, have really become very decadent and are going down. So So now it is for us who are enlightened people to awaken others to reality, to make them face up to see that where are they. In the name of pleasures, enjoyment, indulgences, how they are destroying themselves. We have to talk to them, we have to tell them, we have to awaken them, and that's why now we are going to protest also in Paris. The basic thing we have to understand that we have a very, very big responsibility. At the time when the goddess incarnated, she had just to save people from the cruelties of these devils. That's all. Because devils were on one side, goddess were on the other side. It was very powerful. She was killing all the devils and all the evil. But now, in modern times, it's become a very delicate one, because these devils have entered into the brains of all the sadhakas. I've seen even people who were born realized were indulging into all kinds of wrong things because of the society. So many went to horrible gurus and they have those bhoots in their heads. So it's a very intricate operation one has to perform to take out these things. And that lingers on, and still she puts doubts in their heads and also curbs your strength to fight it. But as such yogis, you have a tremendous responsibility. And you must try to clear out yourself of all these conditionings, of all these wrong ideas that the society has spread so. So on one side, the evolution went on. Now it has gone down. Decadence has started. People are just getting ruined and living with unnatural things, with materialistic things. And people are becoming extremely selfish, also deceitful, not afraid of God. Even the priests, even the churches, even the temples, even the mosque, all these people who are representing God are crooked. They are criminals. They are not afraid of God. So the first thing one has to understand that if we are not afraid of God, it cannot work out. Human beings only work under two circumstances. One, either fear, either there should be fear or there should be some temptation. Otherwise nothing can work out. The fear of God is the most important, that we should not do anything that we displease God by anything. We have to be very, very careful on this one. Because first of all, we are complicated personalities. We've got these roots in our heads. We've got these ideas in our head. Like in Germany, when first I think Gregor went there and told them that you can't have licentious life anymore, now you are surgeons. So they said, of course we are surgeons, that doesn't mean we have given up our lives. You have to change. So 300 people went there from surgery. But then came in Mr. H. They were all back on the scene. So these warnings are coming to us. Thinking too much, dominating others, right-sidedness. Now, first time is leading you to your stage. And in this stage, in this disease, outwardly nothing happens, but you start reducing. You become like a reptile. People have to carry you on your back. Just like a reptile, like a fish. Left-sided, you know already, the cancer and all these incurable diseases come from left side. So this onslaught, I would say, such a big attack of the negativity is more felt in Kali Yuga than anywhere before. Because now you have to think as to what is missing in our society, what we have to do about it, and that we have got luckily this Chaitanya with us. How can we help our society? So we have to widen our vision and think about it. It's not this time that only the goddess has to save you from the evil. It's much more than that. She has given you powers. And these powers are to be used. Instead of that, if you are still lurking with all these old things, how can you have the powers? So one of the gurus, we should say one of the last gurus was Muhammad Sahib and then Nanak. And both of them have said one is you must surrender. Islam means surrender. You must surrender. But they don't. I've seen people don't surrender. They still stick on the things. Say, I told people you must put oil. They'll not put oil. Because nobody puts oil, so they are not putting oil. Then they become bald-headed. They come to me, mother, we've lost all of it. You put on oil. I've told you to put on oil. Why don't you put on oil? They won't, just won't do. Because the rest of the people don't put on oil, you should not. You are not there. You are different. Try to understand. You are not the other people. You are the leaders. And you shouldn't follow them. They should follow you. Instead of that, you are following all the general opinion of the people and you want to live like that. Then how can you be a saint? A saint lives like the way he has to do. Because he has the wisdom. And that is what you have to understand, that all these ideas have gone into our head and it's a very delicate operation for you. Even to tell you something, if I tell something to the ladies, they'll start crying. If I tell something to men, they'll leave surgery. As if they're obliging me. It's wrong. What you have to do is that God has chosen you to be the leaders of the people. To be the leaders. Do you know you are going to be the leaders? And then how a leader should be? Should be a model. And that's why in the Islam or in Nanaka's space is complete surrender. What do you surrender is nothing but this ego, this conditioning, this nonsensical ideas. And that you have to surrender. That's very important and surprising how Muhammad Sahib has surrendered, that Islam is to surrender, must be the reason he must be knowing that now ego is going to overpower the left side. We are not ordinary people. How many people know how to raise Kundalini? But still I see people do not know on the feet where are the chakras are there. Simple things they don't know. I don't know what time, where they spend their time, what do they talk. The other day I asked these Indian girls, what are the stones that are for all this? They didn't know. I'm surprised. None of them knew. They are Indians. I thought they should know all that. It's all there. But they don't know. I don't know what they talk. Morning till evening they are talking. What do they talk? You should find out. It's all I've said it. It's all in the this thing, what you call this, on the tape. Finished. This knowledge should be in your brain and the vibration should be in your hearts. So Navaratri is a big preparation. We have to know that the knowledge of Sahaja Yoga has to come into us. Otherwise, why will people think that you are saints? Nobody is going to believe you that you are saints in your behavior, in your knowledge, in your dealings with others. Everything a Sahaja Yogi should be something outstanding. When I said you all have to become your own masters, then they use it the other way around. They tell the leader, now we have become our own masters. It's not the way. So first thing is wisdom. Wisdom to understand that we are Sahaja Yogis. Assume the power. Sometimes I feel as if a beggar is made a king, suppose. Still he doesn't assume his position. Anybody coming, he says, can you give me 1 penny? Though he's a king. something like that. Now you have become the leaders of the world, all over the world. And this is something to be assumed and felt. It's not ego, it's reality. Because once you know that it is reality, you immediately change yourself. Immediately you will think that, now what are we doing? How much do we know? We have the leaders, the responsibility is ours. If that is understood, you will be surprised that nothing is needed to work out your cleansing. Just automatically it will work. That's my blessings to you. Absolutely. But you must feel that I have to be all right. You have to feel. The situation becomes helpless for me sometimes. If I tell something to somebody, they start crying. Or they run away from surgery. So what am I to do? Should I leave you at the same stage as it is? Now to save you from evil is not the same as to fight Mahishasura or Narakasura, not that. Because Narakasura has also gone to your head and Mahishasura has also gone to your head. So the only thing one has to do is to understand there is this one in me. I'll ask that together. Once you work it out that way, you are doing Navaratri itself. You have got powers, you have knowledge, you know, you can feel it. Just take out all these conditions. We are something different. We are not ordinary people. We are something very special. And why should we at all behave like others, or like the way others behave? No, not necessary. And what a big thing you have, what a big knowledge you have. Look at Christ. He was alone. He talked what he wanted to say to multitudes. He talked. He was crucified. Still he talked. Till the end. But he was knowledgeable. And you might say that Mother, he was an incarnation, all right. But in no way you are less now. You know how to raise the Kundalini, you know everything. You are my children. So I would suggest that to develop wisdom, you must meditate and be in the center. So all these things will go away. Just be away from this nonsense. In what atmosphere we live, what we do. It's not important. We have to know that we are something exceptional. All the Ganahas, all the angels are just waiting.
We will now offer a small puja to Shree Mataji, Shree Adi Shakti, who gave us our self-realization, and Shree Durga Mata, who incarnated so many times to save the bhaktas from the evil. We will begin with mantra to Shree Durga Mata Jagadamba. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Durga Mata Jagadamba Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Today we worship Shree Brahmacharini. Mantra. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Brahmacharini Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. We will now recite the Devi Suktam, the Aparajita hymn from the Devi Mahatmyam. It's on page 129 of the mantra book. In the beginning, we will have the English translation, and at the end as well, we will have the English translation. In the middle, together we can all recite Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu.
Aparajita hymn from the Devi Mahatmyam. The gods said, citations to the Devi, to the great goddess, citations always to her who is ever auspicious, citations to her who is the primordial cause and the sustaining power. With complete reverence and full attention we make obeisance to her. Citations to her who is terrible, to her who is eternal. Citations to Shri Gaudi, the supporter of the universe. Citations always to her who is of the form of the moon, moonlight, and happiness itself. We bow to her who is welfare. Citations to her who is prosperity and success. Citations to the consort of Sri Shiva, who is herself the good fortune, as well as misfortune of beings. Citations always to Sri Durga, who takes one across in difficulties, who is the author of everything, who is the knowledge of discrimination, and who is blue-black, as also smoke-like in complexion. We prostrate before her, who is at once most gentle and most terrible. We salute her again and again. Citations to her who is the support of the world. Citations to the Devi who is in the form of the will.
Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Vishnu Mayeti Shabdita Namastasye 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 Namo Namaha. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Chaitanyata Bhidiyate Namastasye, 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 Namo Namaha. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Buddhi Rupena Samstita Namastasye, 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 Namo Namaha. Nidra. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Nidra Rupena Samstita Namastasye, 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 Namo Namaha. Hunger, Kshuddha. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Kshuddha Rupena Samstita Namastasye, 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 namo namaha.
Reflection.
Chaya. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Chaya Rupena Samstita Namastasye, 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 namo namaha.
Cosmic energy.
Shakti. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shakti Rupena Samstita Namastasye, 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 namo namaha.
Thirst.
Trishna. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Trishna Rupena Samstita Namastasye, 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 namo namaha.
Patience.
Kshanti. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Kshanti Rupena Samstita Namastasye, 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 namo namaha.
Inner quality.
Jati. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Jati Rupena Samstita Namastasye, 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 namo namaha.
Modesty.
Lajja. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Lajja Rupena Samstita Namastasye, 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 namo namaha.
Peace.
Shanti. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shanti Rupena Samstita Namastasye, 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 namo namaha.
Faith.
Shraddha. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shraddha Rupena Samstita Namastasye, 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 namo namaha.
Charm.
Kanti. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Kanti Rupena Samstita Namastasye, 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 namo namaha.
Wealth.
Lakshmi. Ya Devi
Sarvabhuteshu
Lakshmi Rupena Samstita
Namastasye,
Namastasye, namastasye, namo namaha.
Temperament.
Vritti. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Vritti Rupena Samstita Namastasye, 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 namo namaha.
Memory.
Smriti. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Smriti Rupena Samstita Namastasye, 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 namo namaha.
Compassion.
Daya. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Daya Rupena Samstita Namastasye, 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 namo namaha.
Fulfillment, satisfaction. Tushti. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu तुष्टि रूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः. Divine Mother,
Matru. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Matru Rupena Samstita Namastasye 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 Namo Namaha.
Confusion,
Bhranti. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Bhranti Rupena Samstita Namastasye 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 Namo Namaha.
discrimination,
Vivek. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Vivek Rupena Samstita Namastasye 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 Namo Namaha.
to the all-pervading Devi, who constantly presides over the senses of all beings and governs all the elements, salutations. Salutations to her who abides in the form of consciousness and pervades this entire world. Salutations again and again, invoked of yore by the Devas for the sake of their good wishes, and adored by the Lord of the Devas every day. May she, the Ishwari, the source of all good, auspicious things, put an end to our calamities. We, Devas, tormented by arrogant asuras, again give reverence and salutations to her, who, called to mind by us obeisant with devotion, destroys this very moment all our calamities.
Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. We can now stand up to offer Aarti.
सबको दुआ देना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता
दुआ देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। जग में संकट कारण कितने लिए अवतार, माँ कितने लिए अवतार। विश्व में तेरी महिमा, विश्व में तेरी महिमा, तू गंगा यमुना, माँ सबको दुआ देना, सबको दुआ देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। जो भी शरण में आया सुख ही मिला उसको, माँ सुख ही मिला उसको। बैठ के दिल में ओ माँ, बैठ के दिल में ओ माँ, लौट के ना जाना, माँ सबको दुआ देना, सबको दुआ देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। मानव में अवतर के कर दिया उजियाला, माँ कर दिया उजियाला। कलयुग में माया है, कलयुग में माया है, फिर भी पहचाना, माँ सबको दुआ देना, सबको दुआ देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। संत जनों की धरती है भारत माता, माँ है भारत माता। इस धरती पर आकर, इस धरती पर आकर, दुख से दूर करना, माँ सबको दुआ देना, सबको दुआ देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। जब दिल में आए तब मधुर संगीत सुन लो, माँ मधुर संगीत सुन लो। हो सके जो सेवा, हो सके जो सेवा, हमसे करा लेना, माँ सबको दुआ देना, देना, सबको दुआ देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना, माँ सबको दुआ देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री महालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती महाकाली त्रिगुणात्मिका कुंडलिनी साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माता जी, श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माता जी, श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री सहस्रार स्वामिनी मोक्षप्रदायिनी माता जी, श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः। श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः। श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः। बोलो श्री आदिशक्ति माता जी, श्री निर्मला देवी की जय।
Let us sit in silent meditation for a few minutes. the Lakshmis have prepared a meal for Shree Mataji. So they will be offering the meal in a couple of minutes, and we will listen to some bhajans.
से तृप्ति होती, आध्यात्मिक दिव्य ज्योति दर्शन से तृप्ति होती।
ओ मंगलमयी की उपमा से लागे शोभा बढ़ाने को पधारी निर्मल माँ। बड़ी भोली सी प्यारी सी हमारी निर्मल माँ। ममता मई
माँ दुर्गा सी लागे, साक्षात लक्ष्मी की प्रतिमा सी लागे।
भटके हुए जग को नई राह दिखाई है। धर्मांधता सारी माता ने मिटाई है।
द्वारे पे जो भी आए निधि पाए सिद्धि पाए। द्वारे पे जो भी आए निधि पाए सिद्धि पाए।
ओ भवसागर में नैया सी लागे मुक्ति दिलाने को पधारी निर्मल माँ। बड़ी भोली सी प्यारी सी हमारी निर्मल माँ। ममता मई माँ दुर्गा सी लागे, साक्षात लक्ष्मी की प्रतिमा सी लागे।
ओ बोले तो वाणी वीणा सी लागे, युग के जगाने को पधारी निर्मल माँ। बड़ी भोली सी प्यारी सी हमारी निर्मल माँ।
Param Pujaniya Shree Mataji, we thank you for taking your birth again and again to protect all the bhaktas from the evil and for giving us our self-realization and for bestowing all your powers on the Sahaj Yogis. Thank you, Shree Mataji. Jai Shree Mataji. We will now raise our Kundalini, give Bandhan and do Namaskar.
दुर्गा अम्बे अम्बे मां अम्बे
And